Okay, so today I'm going to be going over the Velocipastor, just kind of reading over the description, watching the trailer, and just kind of trying to figure out why it came to be. So the description is, after losing his parents, a priest travels to China where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. At first horrified by this new power, a prostitute convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas. See, I don't even know. This almost seems like this was a script written by like an AI. Like it just took like kind of things like ninjas, prostitutes, dinosaurs, religion, combined it all together, and then it's like, bam, white people are gonna love it. And then someone like sent a script off to Amazon, and then they were like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then sent the guy a check, and then he probably went back to his one bedroom apartment. His buddy's sleeping on the couch, and he's like, hey man, they want us to make Velocipastor. And then his buddy wakes up on the couch like, what, bro? He's like, yeah, they want us to make Velocipastor. He's like, dude, how are we gonna do a Velocipastor movie? Then you'd be like, I don't know, we have to do it. And then, bam, that's how you get like a Velocipastor movie. In fact, I've got another one. How about the Doctfin? Dolphin Doctor. Why hasn't anyone ever done that yet? I can even see how the story goes. So it starts with, say like a middle-aged white dude lives in Western Canada, let's say Vancouver, and he's married to a woman a little younger than him, 10 years. She's Mexican. And they just got married, so they're about to go on their honeymoon, and they're thinking, oh, where should we go on our honeymoon? And she suggests, well, how about we go to Mexico? I've got family there, you've never been there. The doctor, he's ecstatic. He's like, oh, yeah, sounds great, I love it. So they pack their things, go to the airport, they're flying down to Mexico. They get to the airport, and this is where the story starts to pick up. So they're leaving the airport, and as they're leaving the airport, there's a billboard. On that billboard, swim with dolphins. So the doctor, he's pushed up against the window. He's got these big, sparkling, watery puppy dog eyes. He looks over to his wife and he says, can we do that? She's like, hell yeah, we're going to do that. I do that every time I come to Mexico. So then, the doctor's now, he's ecstatic. He's loving life. They go meet up with the family. They go around doing like, you know, the classic North American tour shit. And then it comes to swim with the dolphins. Now this is where the story gets twisted. So, they get there to swim with the dolphins. And the family, they're sitting there, they're standing around, they're waiting for some friends to show up. But the doctor, no, he wants to go swimming with the dolphin. That's the only reason he's here. He doesn't want to wait around for any friends to show up. So he tells his family that he's just gonna go take a stroll around. He's just gonna see what's around, look at all the different pools, all the dolphins, and they're like, yeah, sure, no problem, we'll come find you in like 10, 15 minutes. So the doctor, he starts walking away, and as he's walking away, he knew he was going swimming with the dolphins without them. He didn't care. So as he's walking away, he gets around the corner, he kind of looks around to see if anyone's looking at him. No, there's nobody around, so he starts to take his shirt off. And as he's walking over, he notices a pool. In that pool, there's a dolphin. But what the doctor didn't know is some dolphins you're supposed to swim with, and some dolphins you're not supposed to swim with. But the doctor, you know, he's a North American dude, so he's just like, it's a dolphin, dude. Like, what's it gonna do? So he goes over to the pool, and then the camera pans up. And you got this middle-aged white dude standing there in a thong, man thong, you know. And, yeah, he's sitting there thinking about jumping in the pool. The dolphin's sitting there. The dolphin's like, oh, yeah, come on, bro. I want you to jump in the pool. And then, what does the doctor do? He jumps in. And at first, everything's fine. The doctor is just kind of sitting there. And the dolphin's kind of bumping up on him a little bit, you know. And, all kind of normal things the doctor thinks a dolphin would do when you're swimming with them. But then it kind of gets a little weird. The dolphin starts bumping up on him a little bit too much. And then a little more. And then to the point where it almost seemed like the more the doctor tried to resist the dolphin, that kind of more the dolphin wanted to get him. So that kind of started to freak the doctor out. So the doctor goes over and starts swimming out to get out of the pool, and as he puts his hands up to get out of the pool, puts his hands on the edge of the pool. As he's halfway lifting himself out, turns out this dolphin was the most diabolical fucking dolphin there ever was. You know what this dolphin did? This dolphin came up and did some shit that nobody's ever seen a dolphin do before. That dolphin stuck his fucking fins out like that, and fucking whoop, around his fucking legs, pulled him into the water. And I know what you're thinking, now this dolphin's probably going to drown him, right? No, that's not what happens, because this dolphin is like beyond evil. So what this dolphin does is it holds him under the water until he's about to drown, until he's about to lose oxygen. But just before he's about to lose oxygen, brings him back to the top. So he's on the surface of the water now, kind of like, almost passed out. What do you think this dolphin does? Tosses his fucking salad over and over and over. And his wife and his friends, they came walking in because they didn't know where he was. So they came walking in, but when they came over here, the dolphin had him under the water in the pool, and he had hid his clothes behind a garbage can, so people didn't know that he went swimming with the dolphins when he wasn't supposed to. So now nobody even knows where he is. They think, oh, maybe he's on the other side of the pool. So even though he's just feet from them, they don't know he's there. So they go on the other side of the pool. And they're over there for about another 10, 15 minutes. And then finally the doctor manages to get away. He manages to get out of the pool. And he's sitting over there. He manages to crawl to the edge. And he's curled up in the fetal position. And he's traumatized. He's shocked. And his wife and his friends, they see him, so they come over, and his wife kneels down, and she assumes, like, oh, maybe, like, you fell in the pool or something, but everyone else is just kind of like, well, he doesn't have any clothes on, that's kind of weird, but, they gave him the benefit of the doubt, and they're like, oh, so what happened? And he's sitting there shaking, and as he opens his mouth to say something, the dolphin raises its head out of the water. Him and the doctor make direct eye contact. Doctor just looks up at his wife. Oh, no, nothing. I fell in the water. And the dolphin just slowly submerges itself back in the water. Now, after this, the doctor, he's traumatized. He's just losing his mind. They're at the airport now, and they're flying back home. And his wife, she knows, like, something happened. Like, he didn't just fall in the water. Like, this dude is sitting there, like the whole flight back. And the thing is, it's not what happened to him in the pool, because his past gets revealed a little bit more, and it turns out that he had actually been taken advantage of by animals in the past. So that experience wasn't so traumatizing to him. What was traumatizing, get this, he could not stop thinking about fish. Fish. He was thinking about eating fish, fucking fish, making friends with fish, talking to fish. His wife was talking to him, and she'd just be like, salmon, trout, sardine. And he would just stare at her like, and he didn't know why he was thinking about fish. Couldn't explain it. So, and about a week goes by, and he's just a wreck at work. His family life's falling apart. So he finds himself walking down the coastline of Vancouver, just kind of, kicking some rocks by the ocean, trying to wonder why. Why is he thinking about fish? He still doesn't know. It's been like a whole week, and he cannot think about anything but fish. And just as he's thinking about that, he hears it. Out in the middle of the ocean is a child out there drowning. Just managed to inexplicably end up in the middle of the ocean with needing someone to save him. And the doctor, for some reason, he felt like he could do this. So he starts wading into the water. He gets about waist deep, and he goes in for the dive. When he goes in for the dive, guess what happens? Woo! Turns into a fucking dolphin. Goes, grabs the kid, comes back, woo! Brings the kid up on the shore, and then guess what? Everyone's standing there like, and he's thinking, oh shit, like everybody just saw me turn into a fucking dolphin, man. Like, how am I gonna explain this? But no, nobody actually saw him turn into a dolphin. That all happened underwater, so as soon as he came out of the water, he was a person. What they did see, though, was this naked dude standing there holding this kid that was just screaming, help me. So these people are all standing there, they're shocked, they got their hands on their faces, they got their phones out, they're taking videos, they're snapping pictures, they're calling the cops. So, and the Doctfin, he just wants to leave. Like, he's just standing there, but nobody's letting him leave. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know why people are accusing him of this. So, then, you know, the police show up, and then you got the cops standing there talking about how they're going to handle the situation, right? They're like, you know, there's a lot of people with cameras. We don't really want to, like, start a problem or anything. We need to, like, handle this properly. And then you get the one fucking cop, the fucking speeding across the fucking lawn, ripping up the grass, fucking jumps out of the car, already got his fucking billy club, and he just fucking runs up there, just starts beating the guy, and then the other cops are just like, God damn it, fucking Leroy Jenkins, man. Beating him, and then goes in for the slow motion hit with the billy club. And in a stroke of fate, a wave comes up as the Doctfin is falling into the water. Boom, turned into a dolphin. Gets the fuck away. Now, the police and everything, they didn't see, nobody saw him turn into a dolphin and get away. They saw him fall into the water, and then they just assumed he managed to get away somehow. They didn't see him turn into a dolphin. So they went, they put warrants up for his arrest and everything. So the Doctfin's got guys looking for him now. And the Doctfin, you know, after he got away, he's going up the coast, and then he gets up to the coastline a little bit, gets onto the land, and he's completely naked right now. So he's like covering his junk, and he's like, you know, kind of looking around, making sure nobody sees him. And then, luckily for him, in the forest, he sees a homeless encampment. And he makes his way over there, he pokes his head around, there's nobody around, lucky him. So he decides to steal some clothes. Some of the homeless guy's clothes. And he figures, you know what, I'm just going to go home now. I'm just going to go home, relax, just forget this day ever happened. And as he's going into town, you know, everyone is just like staring at him, giving him these mean looks. And the Doctfin just assumes like everybody hates homeless people in this town because he's dressed up like a homeless guy. Right? But everyone, you know, they kind of recognized him, and they were calling the police, and the police were, you know, they were coming to find him, but, you know, he was on the move. And he managed to get back to his house. But he didn't have his keys or anything, because he lost his clothes the first time he had morphed into the dolphin. So, what does he do? I mean, he thinks, well, you know, it's my house, so I can't get in trouble for, like, climbing in a window. So he goes around to the side of his house, you know, oh, lucky for him, the window was open. He kind of opens it a little bit more. But unfortunately for him, his neighbor, she didn't know he had dressed up like a homeless guy. All she saw was a homeless guy breaking into her neighbor's house. So what does she do? Naturally, she calls the police. Now, the Doctfin is back home. But he's still kind of wondering, like, where's my wife? She should be here. But he's also like, you know, she has a life, maybe, you know, she's out doing other things. So he's like, I'm just going to go upstairs, lay down, just forget this ever happened. And as he's going upstairs, he gets to the top of the stairs. What does he hear? Coming from his bedroom. From the bed, he was just going to go and nap in. And he starts walking faster to the door. Faster, his heart's racing. He opens the door. You know what he sees? Yeah. His wife, fucking his mother. Boom! Didn't see that coming, did ya? Yeah, and in such a rage, the Doctfin gets so mad, just fucking morphs into a dolphin right fucking there. And his fucking mom and his wife were so fucking scared, heart attacks, instantly died. And then at this point, the neighbor had already called the cops, so the cops had shown up. So now, this is fucking cops outside with guns and shit, and then the Doctfin, for some reason, had an M4 with a shitload of ammunition, and he just fucking gets into a standoff with the police in dolphin form. Fucking... And then it ends with the dolphin getting, shot a couple of times, and then just out the blowhole. And dead. Yeah, so that's, that would pretty much be like a Velocipastor movie. It's like I did it. Yeah, so... I mean, the movie itself... Probably not too easy to make a movie, so I commend them for even doing it, but yeah.